What's up guys, Dale here, back with another review for Dragon Ball Super, and today we're talking about episode 101, and again, yes, we've got another great episode. I'm really enjoying Super so far, and I really hope the next episodes are following, going to follow suit with the way these last two, this episode and last week's episode have, carried on. Maybe it's because I'm biased towards Caulifla and Kale, and they're just so prevalent in these two episodes, but actually I think just the composition of the way, the way these episodes have been set up, and the payoffs and the epic moments. I just think the Dragon Ball Super is now launching into a new direction of being entertaining and thrilling every single episode without having anything dragging it down considerably. So obviously there was a moment with Goku and Jiren just he doesn't care about Goku. But to me, I think what was there, he knew Topper was coming, so he kind of just stalled for time. And Goku gets sent away, and then, he doesn't get to fight Jiren, which is obviously, they're going to save that to one of the last moments in the episode. So, I mean, in the arc, sorry. So, oh, that was cool. And then more interaction between Goku and Caulifla. I love it, it's so cool. It's like you can just see the teacher and that kind of pupil relationship building between the two, and it's really cool. And also, I really like how Caulifla again kind of encourages Kale, and she kind of, Kale's like, I don't like this guy, I don't like this Goku guy, but she's like, no, screw that, like, face up to this guy. And she's telling Goku, don't belittle my protege, I'm really proud of what she can do, and that really gets to Kale. So I really like the relationship, whether it's like a sister relationship or like a couple relationship. I don't know. I'm for any of those kind of relationships between the two, because these two in this in Dragon Ball Super have been like a breath of fresh air, Also, there was a moment at the beginning of the episode that I really liked where Master Roshi used his lightning flash surprise attack, and I love the way they animated it. It has his hands coming to the screen, and then they flashed, and you could see his face, and then he used the ability. The whole sequence there was just animated so well. I think this episode was animated better than the last episode, which I actually really enjoyed. But I think the animation and the art in this episode were better than the last episode, which is always a plus. Everything's just getting better and better. And I also love the moment where Frieza comes into the fray. And I love, for me personally, I thought I was very worried about them adding Frieza to the team, because like, oh, Frieza again. But it's other than any other villain in Dragon Ball, because you could put Cell there, but it wouldn't have the same impacts. He doesn't have the same personality as Frieza, because Frieza's that guy that no one likes that's in the team, but they have to work with the guy. So it's always funny seeing him do stuff, and everyone's like, "Oh, Frieza, what are you doing?" Because he comes in with one of I forgot who it was, but I think it was one of Universe 10, one of the Universe 10 warriors who are doing so badly right now. And Vegeta comes and is like, "Hey, he's mine. Like, what are you doing?" And Frieza's just like, "You snooze, you lose." And I mean, that's right, man. It's a battle royale. You have to do what you gotta do. So Frieza he's torturing. He looks like he's torturing everybody he goes up against, which is very Frieza. But I just like that moment, the interaction between Frieza and the rest of his teammates, especially Vegeta, because Vegeta just he can't mix well with the guy. And I don't know why, because I feel as though at this point Vegeta should be, somewhat calm like Goku is. Not like forgiving like Goku is, but more calm around Frieza. But he always seems to get agitated when he's around Frieza in this arc, which is a change of character for Vegeta. But we'll have to see what happens later on. Maybe he goes up against Frieza in the tournament, or Frieza and Frost. I'm not too sure, but it could happen, because they do seem to be they do seem to be showing their conflict every single time they're on screen together. So that could mean it's gonna build up to something greater later on. And so, we see Goku, Caulifla, and the two androids come up against the Pride Troopers, who were hyped up so much before this tournament, but whoa, what happens to them next is just really ridiculous. And also the two androids, I really enjoy the androids' appearance, 17 and 18. They're just so nonchalant. They just don't care about anything. They just come through and they just deal with everything, We have Goku struggling with Topper from Universe 11, who can change his weight at any given time, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool ability, but I didn't think Goku would get, bogged down with it, and he remained in his base form. He's doing this again. He's just conserving energy. I think he used a bit too much when he went up against Kale. So he's doing that, and then 18 comes to save him by, you know, by 17 distracting Casserole. 18 comes and helps Goku, and she is just a beast. Like, Topper tries to crush her with his weight, and she just picks him up with one hand and tosses him out the ring. I'm like, how are these two so strong? But she does the same thing with, she does the same thing later on, but wow, she's just so strong, and she's like, Goku, what the hell are you doing? Like, you're wasting time. Like, just shoot them, please. You know, and the blast doesn't work against Zorei, who can create a tornado, which is pretty cool. I mean, the Pride Troopers don't seem to be all too much right now. They're just getting knocked out left, right, and center. But Zorei gets to escape. Now with Caulifla and Kale, we'll go up against 4 of the Pride Troopers. And to me, this is the best moment of the episode. This is my favorite moment. This whole sequence here, when they get trapped in the dome. And we finally get the true Super Saiyan form for Kale, which is the more slimmed down version where she's actually conscious of what she's doing. And I love the way she transformed in this episode. You know, she was trapped in the dimensional barrier by Cocotte, I think, Cocotte, which is like another way of saying cocoon, I guess, you know, because you can put people in these dimensional cocoons. And I think that was very symbolic of for Kale's transformation, because, you know, when she was transforming, instead of projecting her hate onto someone else, she actually now projected onto herself, which made her transform into somebody new. It's like a, you know, a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, you know. Why did I say butterfly? It's like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. And you know, it's like her breaking her shell and becoming someone that she always had inside of her, you know, because she's always been shy and she's always been locking herself away. But now with this transformation, like, it kind of, her whole appearance is so drastically different from her original one. Her original one's so like closed off and very shy, but now this appearance is very bold and very striking, but not like huge like Berserker, but it's just like, it's a very striking image when we see her actually, you know, transform, and she kind of opens her eyes and she's looking at her hands like, whoa, like, this is me. And it's so cool. And like, I love the way Caulifla is so excited for her that she's finally managed to control her power. And then we get a beam struggle between them two and the Pride Troopers, which is another thing was crazy. It's crazy that all these Pride Troopers banded together against these two and they still managed to lose. And I really love this beam struggle. The music that was playing in the background, it was just so epic. It made it sound, it was just such a momentous moment, really. And then we obviously see Kale transform into her big Berserker form again whilst in the beam struggle to gain more power. So to me, that kind of says that I think later on she's not gonna use that form anymore once she starts, because I think the Berserker form is like a, I'm gonna call it Berserker form from now on. It kind of like has all her power, but then over time I think she's gonna learn how to put that power that goes into that form into the new one that she has right now, so that she can really utilize that form. But I think Toei and Toriyama are just actually easing up on the Toei and Toriyama like easing up on the transformations for the Universe 6 Saiyans. I think they're kind of tempering it down now so that they don't go too far, so that she's not, you know, completely in control of all her power. So I think that was a good idea, and I like the idea that she kind of passes out every time she uses it, because it's so strong that it needs to be some kind of drawback to using the ability. So that was cool. And finally, we come to the conclusion of the battle between Universe 6 and Pride Troopers. Well, Universe 6 and 7 versus the Pride Troopers. You know, we've got 18 as well. 17 didn't knock out anybody, but he was cool against Casserole. He just said his attacks were stupid. Oh yeah, and there was also that moment where 18 was just talking about how, you know, they kept on saying justice, justice, justice. And she's like, forget what. I'm so tired of this justice stuff. Just get out of the ring. Like, I don't care. These Pride Troopers don't seem to be that cool anymore. They just don't have anything to them. And 6 of them got knocked out in the last 2 episodes. Well, 1 got knocked out last episode by Kale, and then 5 now. So more than half the team is already gone. But, you know, as the Grand Prix said, the initial fight is over. Now it's just the powerful people that are left. So, you know, we got Dispo, Jiren, and Toppo. But I don't know the 4th one. There's a 4th one I don't know about, but I'm not sure if they've shown yet, but who knows. But anyway, they've got those 4 left, which I'm pretty sure they're going to last a very long time because they're very strong, especially Jiren, obviously. But yeah, we come to the conclusion, and you know, Goku lets off Caulifla and Kale, which I think is obviously so much, you know, that's just Goku in a nutshell. You know, he's not gonna pick on people who are weakened. So again, that kind of leads to all like a pupil-teacher relationship thing between Caulifla and Goku, because you know she's surprised that he's letting them off like that, and he's planning to fight her when she's at her strongest, which you know, it makes her happy as well as she takes Kale away. And they're obviously going to come back, and we'll see what happens there. That's pretty cool. And you know, we get 18 questioning Goku's beliefs, and then 17 saying, you know, that's the human thing to do, right? Which is funny because none of them are actually human. Goku, no, 17 or 18, none of them are human. But whatever. They, you know, it's a nice thing to do, I guess. And finally, at the end of the episode, we have Universe 2's Ribrian looking over at Goku and the two androids. Meaning, you know, next episode we're gonna get Universe 2 versus Universe 7, I'm pretty sure. And that should be a cool episode. I hope it continues the same momentum that's continuing in Super for the last 2 episodes. It does look like it's going to be interesting because all those Universe 2 are very mysterious, because we have that Ribrian's transformation into whatever the thing that she turns into, that Teletubby thing that she turns into. And you know, they did describe them as Universe 2 witches, so I'm not too sure what they're going to do. Let's see what happens in the next episode. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Super in general. It's a great time to be a Dragon Ball fan at the moment, because these episodes, I don't know about you guys, I don't know about how everyone's receiving, but what I'm seeing from people is that everyone's really enjoying these episodes so far, and so am I. And I just hope that it continues this way and doesn't dip and have these kind of boring moments that doesn't really bring anything new or interesting to the table. So yeah, wow. As you can tell, I really enjoyed this episode. I'm really loving Caulifla, and I'm actually warming up to Kale now, because she's now transformed as a character into someone who's more dependable now, who actually wants to be less of a burden to everybody, and she's controlling her power so far. I'm not too sure what's gonna happen to her again, because she's knocked out, and she's probably gonna recover with Caulifla. That's if no one comes to try and knock them out the ring while they're down. That could happen also. I'm not sure by who. It could be Frieza, but it could be anybody. But let's see what happens next. So tell me what you thought about this episode in the comment section below. Did you love it or did you hate it? I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.